Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Shabby Dollhouse. My name is Laura. I am so excited to share with y'all some design team projects I've been working on. I worked really hard on these, many hours on these. So I hope that you guys like what I have made and you're inspired. So I ran across this absolutely stunning Marie Antoinette digital kit on Pinterest, and I wasn't really even looking for it. But I've been wanting to make something with Marie Antoinette images, but I'm picky, so I just wanted to wait until I found the perfect one. And I did. So I've been making things with some of the images from the kit, and the kit is like one of the prettiest ones I've even seen. But if you're interested in it, I will leave the link in my description box. So the very first thing I want to show you is this really big, chunky fabric and doily book. Now these took me forever. So I have made two of them and they are exactly the same. I made them at the same time, like I did the covers at the same time. I did each page, like I did one page in this one, then I do a page in this one exactly the same way as I did it in the other one. So they are exactly the same. The only difference may be the doily that I used, but most of them are the same. So this thing is like 5.5 inches tall. Yeah. And it's actually a, I guess you could call it a needle keep. I'm just calling it like a sewing book, sewing doily and lace book. I just think it's so beautiful. But anyways, the cover I made with this beautiful tablecloth that I got recently. And I made a ruffle with this. This was actually the bottom part of it. And I used some of Esme's beautiful scalloped lace around here. And there's a doily under there. And on top of that is another one of her appliques. You can't really see, but I just love the layers. So here's one of her beautiful appliques, and it's got the beautiful beads dangling down. It's so pretty. And here I have a stick pin I made, and we have one of her beautiful appliques here, beaded applique. And I know I've already used these roses before, but I just love them so much, I had to use them again. So this is the cover, and this is fabric. So let me show you the cover up close. It's so pretty. And this dangle here, I've had that quite a while. It's so pretty. There's a lot of things I've been hoarding and I'm just using them. So it's just tied with this organza fabric that I made into a ribbon. And so each page is really thick. So this page here, there's a doily there with some of her beautiful appliques that I got recently. And I just added some flowers in the centers of them. And I made this adorable little fabric dress with some ruffles and some of her scalloped lace, some of her beautiful ribbon here. And some of these laces are from my own stash. So you can stick your pins in here or your needles. Isn't that just adorable? I love it so much. So this page is another fabric image, and I have a lot of her different flowers from a trim. It was a dangle trim, and I just cut the flowers off and added them onto the flowers of this applique and some flat back pearls. And there's some more appliques, and this is actually just scrap pieces, and I just put them behind the image. And this is one of her laces I made into a ruffle. And here I just have this pin with an adorable little sewing machine this beautiful little dangle, and this adorable little perfume bottle. I made these quite a while back, and I think I have one left. Isn't it so pretty? I have to make more of those. So I forgot to mention, I did make a template for this, and the template, I just used paper, and then from there I cut the fabric. I really meant to mention that in the beginning. I'm so sorry. But that's how I started making it. So in the middle right here, I only made one of these. So the first person that buys one of these books will get this. So this is actually a cork dangle. I have a lot of corks and I wanted to make a dangle with one. So you can see it's got flowers on the top, that beautiful image, and some beads hanging, so you can remove this. See, the middle, the spine is 2 inches wide, so there's plenty of space there for it. Okay, so this page here is just a curtain, not a curtain, a pocket page. And inside, I made this adorable fabric button card with some of her really beautiful insertion lace. And I used some really pretty light pink seam binding with some of her eyelash trim. And these pretty buttons. And her pretty trims. And I sewed these on. Isn't that so beautiful? I love it so much. So the middle here is a button that I sewed on. So pretty. So this page, let me go up close. So this page, I made this pocket sideways on purpose. I thought it would be cute to just make it sideways. So I have one of her pretty appliques here with one of her flowers that I dyed light pink. And here I have a doll peg with a yard of this beautiful trim here. And also in this pocket, I made this adorable wood spool. I made 4 of these. I'm going to get things to make more of them. I love them so much. So anyway, it's pretty simple, but it's cute. So there's a yard of this trim here on it. And here, this is not permanent. I just tied ribbon and lace through the doily and tied this thread onto here. Isn't that cute? So that's that page. Oh, I meant to tell you that this pocket I used some more of her beautiful applique lace. So pretty. So when you turn the page, I know I've done this a lot, but I had to do it again because it's just so pretty. So I made this adorable heart here and added some beautiful stick pins. And this lace here I made a ruffle with. And this is from my own stash, this one around here. And this page, these scissors look tiny compared to this pocket, but I really wanted to use these Battenberg hearts. So what I did was I folded the top down and I sewed them. And I added her beautiful lace trim with this trim here. I'm not sure, I got that from Rose, so I'm not sure if it came from Crafty Me Shop or not. But I have the prettiest light pink scissors in here. Let's see if I can get it out. I have to order more of these. Every time I order them, they take forever to get here. But they're extremely light, like a pink gold, and they're beautiful. So both books will have those in them. And go ahead and tie it. And this is the same trim that I used on the front cover. I just love that scallop trim so much. Isn't it so pretty? And I added one of her really pretty ribbon flowers there in the middle. Did I already say that? Oh my goodness. Sorry if I did. It's been a long day. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. My son didn't go to school today because he felt bad. So he stayed home, and I just started working on these, trying to finish them up. And so yeah, it's been a long day. It is like 4 o'clock here now. But anyway, okay, so here's the back, and we have this really beautiful doily, and this pretty doily here with a ribbon rose in the middle. I didn't want it to be too plain, so I added that. But you can see how wide the spine is and everything. So pretty. So these are in my Etsy shop. If you're interested, head on over there. So I have another thing to share with you. I made this beautiful fabric pouch, and I'm sorry about the lighting. The sun keeps going in and out. And this, I wrote it down. Let me see the measurements. 8 by 10. So I use those same roses and one of her beautiful appliques. Some of that trim again, that's all I had left, so that's what I used. One of her laces I made into a ruffle. And this is from that kit, and I just made like a little charm dangle with it. And I have her beautiful, beautiful lace on this pouch. This pouch is so big. So on the back here, you can, this is a pocket, you can put something in here. Oh my goodness, I love this pouch so much. It's so beautiful. So on the inside, this side here, I have more of that beautiful lace. I think this was called her corset lace. It's beautiful. So inside I have some diaries, and I made a little mini one. I'll show you that one first. So I just have it tied with some seam binding and her eyelash trim. And that's an image from that gorgeous kit. And I used some of her trim around there and some teeny tiny trim from my own stash in the middle. So this was made with scrap pieces of lace and her pretty trims. So this would be so cute inside of your purse, just to write down some things. So the inside is just plain, and I just have some trim in the middle. And I used some gold paint. Get those little fuzzies off. So I used some gold paint and went around the edges of the pages. Isn't that so pretty? I love that. And the pages are kind of thick. They're from a big, huge paper pad I got a while back from a yard sale. So that's the little diary. Isn't that so cute? And inside we have the bigger diary. So it's not decorated inside. It's just really heavily decorated on the cover. So this image I thought would look so beautiful on a cover, and I was right. I just love it so much. So what I did was I took this frame that I had and I painted it like an off-white, and I added gold around the edges. I know that you can't really see the frame. That wasn't my intention to cover it, but I just went crazy with pieces of appliques. So what I did was I took some scrap pieces of laces and put it onto the frame first. behind the frame, I added this vintage tool just to kind of go around her face. And then I just started adding the bigger appliques on top. And I added this bow. I got this from Martha. I also used that on the cover of the Doily books. And this absolutely beautiful flower. It's the lightest pink, and it just looks so pretty because her cheeks are really light pink. And it's like it just brings out that color. So on the spine, there's more of her trim that I made into a ruffle. And this beautiful rosette trim here. And all around the edges, I went around with that same lace, the ruffle lace, the lace that I turned into a ruffle. I just went all the way around it. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this so much. And what is the measurement? It is 7.5 by 5. So it's tied with this really pretty ribbon here. And on the inside is the same exact paper as the mini one. And on the inside I have her stunning lace. Just beautiful. So there is, let's see, 64 pages front and back. And I did the same thing on these pages as the mini one. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that gold has a shimmer to it. So I went around the edges with that. It just looks so pretty, doesn't it? And between every signature, I added some trim. I just thought it looked prettier that way. And these pages I actually just sewed straight down with the sewing machine. And I'm surprised I got them all straight. But anyway, so I just love that. It lays flat, so it's really good for writing. And so in the middle we have a bookmark that I made with some of Esme's gorgeous pink velvet ribbon. And it's just simple. It's got some pretty heart dangles on the ends. So that is the diary. So I had plans to make some other things with this kit, but I was like, you know what, this is wearing me out. So anyways, I hope that y'all like what I have made and it inspires you in some kind of way to craft. And if you're interested in any of these items, they will be in my Etsy shop. And I also want to invite you to Crafting Me shop. That's the place where I get all of these gorgeous laces. She has sales just about every Thursday or Friday. And you have to answer the group questions in order to join the group. Very important. So I will have the link down below to her shop as well as my Etsy shop. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.